Okay. Anyway, with that out of the way, we waited a decent amount of time. If you guys are all ready to start, we can.
Okay. Yep.
Sure,
Yep.
we can get started.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, so it's
There
definitely
you go.
been a little bit since we last played on account of, the Mother's Day delay, but so yeah, last time we played, it was the night before uh the political debate, and the big highlight, of course, was um, when you guys arranged for Lord Farquaad to replace Selena Baxter as the performer at Garvey's place. Um, and that pretty much ended with him, as predicted, making a complete fool of himself, and you guys fucking shelling him with tomatoes. Um,
Mission
he
successful.
he fled in disgrace. Um, and your job was well done. And is there anything else I'm missing that anybody wants to bring up? Oh, actually, no, I know. There was also the point of um, Albert taking a visit to a trailer park and meeting the Reynolds clan, and learning some very interesting information about a certain political candidate. But other than that, um, there are definitely some blanks in my memory. So if anybody remembers anything of interest, then feel free to speak up.
Nothing too special after that. Uh, Conrad and Simone, before the whole karaoke thing, during that session, we went to speak to the prospectors generally to
Oh
see
yeah,
if.
yeah, that's right. And
Uh,
then we all obviously also had a new character join the fray.
oh yeah,
So, but anyway, so pretty much there's like, is there anything you guys are wanting to do? I'll unpause the game. Is there anything you are going to want to do before the next day? Because I mean, you would have like an hour or two before um you know quote unquote bedtime, like the end of day three before the debate.
Conrad doesn't have anything special in mind. He would probably just cook up some instant noodles in the common area in front of their rooms and have a nice before sleeping snack like that. Yeah, and remind Conrad did pay Garvey uh, reparations for that
Yeah,
chaos
because
caused
now he
in
has
his
to he
bar.
has to clean up the joint. Um,
So he helped there with that
yeah,
a bit.
I remember that. Um, okay, so you're just basically having, like a quick snack before calling it a night. Does anybody else want to
Yeah.
do anything, or do you want to skip to the next day?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
I'm going to skip into the next day.
Okay. Um,
I think my only question would be, what is the ETA on the radar system getting up and working?
um, Probably, let's see. So you started it on the second, like the uh like so there was the I'm just thinking of chronology. So there was the shootout in the first session, then there was the day, like was it the second, like the day after the shooting, or the day after that you wanted to set up the
I
radar?
think
Because
it
it's
was the day after the shooting. I'm pretty sure.
okay. So
'Cause we went to
um
the beach, right? Or was that the day of the shooting we went to the beach?
it was the day after the shooting that you went to the beach, I think.
Okay, yeah, because I'm pretty sure I ordered it the day after the shooting,
Okay,
the
so
when we went to the beach, basically.
yeah, I would say it would probably be ready um at some point, like either tomorrow or more likely the day after tomorrow. But it is almost ready. It's just the engineering staff, like they've been, like basically they have to, source the parts, put it together, test it, and then deploy it out in the fields. But it is almost done. Um, so which I'll even make a note of that. If you'll just give me a sec to do that. So where's group notes? All right. Okay, so but you still do have the cameras, so if anybody tries to show up, you do have like sort of an early warning notice. And yeah, so the debate, I did not mention this before, I don't think, but just to clarify, like the debate would be around like noonish in game, like sort of like midday. So you've got the morning shift and like a couple of hours to to do stuff. Um, so you all wake up. Um, and what are you going to have any kind of like breakfast discussion or anything like that? I mean, Richard, you wouldn't be there, but you can always show up if you want.
I
I'm
think
just out patrolling.
I'd want to be asking like the group here. You know what? Well, is
I'll switch.
Arturo with us?
I would assume so. I'll switch this back over to the housing unit. And I'll drag Arturo over. I mean, he'll be an NPC, but um, I mean, well, let me ask you this: do you want him there?
No.
Okay, so well, if he's not
I
here as a
assume
player,
he'd be
then
preparing for debate or
yeah,
something.
he's
Yeah,
off doing
yeah.
other stuff. Like he basically grabs his food and sets off to make any last minute prep. So basically, it's just the three of you.
So yeah, so I'm basically gonna be sort of trying to suss out Simone and Conrad's opinion on Mr. Presidente here. Like, hey, what's up with this guy? What do you think of him? I'm not even sure what platform he's running on.
Well, I'm not even sure if the platform he's running on is really relevant to him or to his opponent right now. But yes, I'm also curious as to what are his plans if he were to win. Um, but yes, I he seems like he has a vision, a certain vision, just one that I absolutely do not understand at this moment, whatever it may be. But I am confused as how a man like him came to this colony. I'm very interested in seeing his side of the story. How, if I understood, he was also a company man, a company representative. But I mean, I know the departments have the most colorful people, the most colorful personalities. Let's say it like that. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody like him.
Well, I've got a lot of experience dealing with these corporate agent types, but I think you're correct. I've never seen someone quite with him. Oh, like his personality or his name.
Yes, I'm convinced that either can't be real, or I mean, more probable. More probably, he's just changed it over the years. Just legally changed it. There's certainly no way that that could be his original God-given name. That
Yes,
I
there's something
mean,
fishy going on there.
to say the least, to say the least. I'd be more mortified if he was, if there wasn't anything fishy with him with that kind of demeanor. And
Also,
God,
why is
that
he always wearing sunglasses even indoors? Katie.
I don't know. Maybe he thinks it's cool or something.
I hope
Yeah,
that
Lord
I hope that's
Farquaad. I
not
mean,
the
he's
case.
he's worn shades indoor, well, Oakley's, but
Maybe being the leader types means that they have seen some shit, and now they have sensitive, damaged eyes. I don't know. Maybe the light hurts them. Maybe he's a
What is he, a
fucking
vampire?
vampire. I
I'm
mean,
so
with
glad
his
we were
kind of
thinking the exact
demeanor,
same thing. He's a
yeah,
fucking vampire.
with his kind of strange demeanor and him kind of feeling like a man out of time, I wouldn't put it past that. As Conrad is kind of joking slightly,
Yeah,
but
he's
he
definitely got that old world type of soul, you know. Freaking.
The heart and soul
yes,
of
the
Fidel
Shit.
old
Castro
world,
and the aesthetic.
the
Yeah.
old world authoritarian type soul. It seems quite nostalgic. Yes, but even the glasses are the least of my worries. I cannot take my eyes off of that god awful, tacky, golden encrusted pistol. I mean, walking around with that, it's a crime against fashion. Horrible, I'd say. I can't believe there isn't a company policy against it.
God.
I mean, this is the same company that hired what's his nuts, who looks like straight up serial killer. So I don't think there's really a proper dress code, unfortunately.
True, true.
Oh, you're talking
Boy.
about Havelock?
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name, but I remember what he looks like, and
You just
I
call him
shudder every time.
serial killer.
Well, she at one point called him tall, dark, and creepy,
Yeah.
which
But
is a very fitting description of him.
Mm-hmm.
The
but
one
yeah,
thing
I
that
don't know.
does
There's no
worry
actual dress
me,
code.
I am worried about that the only two options available are, well, our new friend, Mr. El Presidente, and the chap with no musical talent. What was his name again from last night?
Stevel. Oh, wait.
But yes, I mean, if those are our two choices, then. But still, I think we made the right call with who are we being more open with. I mean, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. Between shit and shittier, the choices are always very clear.
We're at the mercy of two extremes. One's extremely narcissistic. The other is extremely something. I'm not exactly sure yet myself.
Not sure who you're
Well,
talking about.
Yeah.
that could be the same for
You have
both of
any
them.
idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah, I realized that as soon as I said it that was very vague. But
I'd be surprised if both of them aren't. Well, I'd be surprised if half of the staff here isn't. It would be quite a strange thing. But well, I hope. I mean, I hope that besides the strangeness of Mr. Aladente's makeup, there, that he has more competence behind him. Well, I mean, again, compared to uh, the crappiest rapper around, I think that's certain. I mean, of course,
He puts
I
the
am
rap
not
in crap.
exactly disembodied voice in my head. Yes.
No, you
Um,
just hear someone shout from outside.
oh, let's check the socials and see how everybody's taking last night's performance.
oh,
He pulls out his
So
Twitter
you're
app.
okay? You're checking Facebook and Wayland X. Okay.
Yeah. Gossiping
So
around that to see.
yeah, you see, like yeah, for the most part, like people. I mean, naturally, like the colonists are talking about about fucking Whiskey's disastrous performance and making, um, you know, comments saying that, like it's like, oh, it was like a complete violation of the concept of music. This and it's like, my grandchildren will be cringing at this, and stuff like that. Um, and like somebody was saying, like another remark says, even if this was playing on a plane, I'd still walk out.
I think this is going absolutely according to plan. And
So
he just kind of shows the messages to to the others.
and then well, no, it gets funnier because here's the thing. So not only does naturally not only does he have like some of his like diehard supporters defending him and going after some of the people who are slandering him, but he actually makes the mistake of engaging with his detractors, making comments saying like, you wouldn't know good music if it sat on your face and stuff like that. So he's really not doing himself any favors by his responses.
Oh, we've got him involved. This is a trait of a level-headed leader, as we all see. Conrad wants to, if he's able, to make like anywhere between 4 to a dozen anonymous accounts, and he's going to be posting on both sides, defending him and slandering him
Oh my god.
in the most varied of ways possible.
Okay. I'll allow it. I'm not going to make you do a roll for that.
Before it goes any further, I would say you'd see a post from Richard about him like sitting on the face. It's like, you're too short to sit on your face.
Oh, our friend Richard's helping the cause. I'm so glad.
Oh my god.
You
These
just
are
see
the
Conrad furiously
lowest.
typing away.
These are the lowest blows ever, but I love it.
Okay, so yeah, so
I,
you
I think
spend
I think Presidente needs all the help he can get from us. So just doing her for the cause. Yes.
and
The
for
only
your
thing
own
he could
amusement.
take is low blows.
The high
Oh,
blow
wow.
would miss him.
Okay, so yeah, so you spend about half an hour like a combination of making new accounts and fucking like smearing them on social media. He and then obviously he's getting all. It's very clear he's getting all worked up and honestly doing more damage to himself than you are.
Yep. He's trying to rile him up, so he says
And you
some
are
bad
doing
shit.
very well. Yeah, he's not going so far as to use like necessarily like slurs or like anything that would get him like removed from the platform. But he's definitely not being respectful. Let's just say.
He's getting
Um,
riled up.
yeah, exactly. So
He's
you're
pushing
doing
the envelope.
yeah. So
Why do I have the feeling that like this version of Whiskey is the type that like when he responds to a comment, it's like in all caps and like just run on sentences. That's like the thing that's a vibe I'm getting from it from
no,
him.
he's
Just
he
saying.
writes it like Trump's posts on Truth Social.
Oh fuck. That's what I was thinking. I wasn't gonna say it, but
Oh god. Well,
I'm glad I was thinking correctly.
yeah. Well,
Jesus Christ.
Conrad,
that's basically what he's doing for all of his posts. And he's also
Conrad,
making like standalone posts, like not even like responding to comments, but like he's making his own posts and he's getting like tons of like laughing reactions and like downvotes and stuff. And he's making like
uh,
long threads of posts like you can on like Blue Sky and stuff.
oh,
Love
he's going
watching
off the deep
someone
end.
crash and burn. I,
Yeah,
I
pretty
just
much.
love it.
The good thing is that this is a few hours before the debate, so I think he will be in the best of mental capacities for that. This is going lovely.
Right. So, is there anything you guys want to do during this scene, or are you going to start to disperse and go about your day and
Yes.
like handle any bit?
So when is the actual election?
The actual election is would be like obviously votes are cast and then it gets announced within a week of the debate. Which also during that time is when you're going to be made like actual sheriff.
Okay, so there's like a week. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not going to play like every single day of that week. I'll probably just ask like, what are you doing during your week, kind of thing. Um, it's just like basically there's the debate, all the stuff that happens on that day, and then we just kind of jump ahead a week to when the votes have been cast and the winner is decided.
Before we disperse, Conrad will just look at Albert and kind of straightforwardly ask him, "Do you think if El Presidente wins, he will be cooperative within the best interests of this place?
And
What is
everybody
your
just starts
opinion of
laughing.
him?"
It's hard to tell. Um, he seems to, let's say, take things not too seriously. Um, Certainly, I'll have to work well with him and use my influence to keep him on, keep him on target, keep him focused on the right thing.
Okay. Oh shit. This is
Understood.
getting good.
All of course, for the betterment of Terra Nova, to make this place succeed.
Of course.
I'll be glad to help with that in any way possible. Because I really do believe that this place is on the verge of a downhill slope. It's not too visible yet, but let's just say from some of the internal company management reports that I have, that if things aren't turned around, that we could see painful bruises to the colony, and good leadership, competent leadership is needed. I'm very, very glad that you'll be replacing the old sheriff, and I do believe that in one way or another you will find a way to get rid of these bloody security issues, these marauders, so that we can focus on internal colony discrepancies. Yeah. By the way, then, how have you gotten any new information about them, uh, or any official plans how to deal with them? Anything new there that you are at liberty to say, of course, to a lowly middle management company man?
Well, my hands are somewhat tied because I'm not officially in the job yet. I focused
Ah,
so
yes.
far on preparing, increasing the colony's readiness and defensive measures. But I do think at some point we will have to take the fight to them and end this threat once and for all.
Hmm. Unfortunate, but after what they've done, yes, I completely understand. Seems like necessary the necessary action. Nothing, anything less would be risky. So I get that. I hope that when you're fully instated, that you'll be able to successfully deal with that.
Yes.
So, is there just want to double check again? Is there anything else you guys want to discuss during the scene, or because man, I don't want you to feel like you have to be discussing, but if there's anything you want to, you're obviously free to do so.
Conrad's done.
I'm good with moving
Okay.
forward in the same.
All right. Um, if that, I'm not hearing any objections. So, after you finish breakfast and Conrad finishes fucking trolling whiskey on social media, um, you so you disperse. By this point, I would say it's like probably like 9 a.m. or so. With the debate being about noon. And just for clarity, and I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again that like your characters, um, in this case, you like basically you would know this at the debate, and like Conrad would probably in particular have heard it first that the debate is not necessarily like a for everybody in the colony to attend, because obviously you have to have like people doing what they're doing to keep the place running. So the basically
Mhm.
like it's basically like a press conference where you're going to have reporters from Terra Nova News Today. You're going to have like you know higher level executives spectating this. You might have like a few Wayland guys from off world coming to inspect this, see how it goes. So it's like a higher profile sort of attendance. And then as for security, that is provided like Sheriff Jones provided some of the NPCs to handle that. So Albert and Richard and everybody else can handle things independently. So just so you guys know.
Right. So I think so. The debate is in the evening of today, right?
No, the debate's at noon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I would basically before that, I would just be making sure that all the security preparations are well, since the Russians attacked the last time we had a big event.
Right.
So I would just be making sure like everyone is in place and
Okay.
all that sort of stuff. And then I don't know if I'd have time, but I think I would want to follow up on what we learned about in the last session, which is that whiskey is apparently uh, paying off these mercenaries. But I don't know if I have time to work on that.
Oh, you'll have time to work on that because basically what happens is so Alexandra, like you assuming you go to the police station and you're just kind of hanging out there, doing these like checkups and making sure people are, you know, doing what they need to be doing. So Alexandra comes in and she looks fucking tired. Like she gives there's the vibe of a woman who was up through the night, you know, running on coffee, just trying to make sure she could do this before the debate happened in case it was of any interest. And so she definitely looks a little off, but she says that she, you know, per what you asked me to look into, Chief, I found something very interesting and very concerning.
I can't say I'm surprised. What did you find?
So, she says, in terms of like, so I think you asked, I mean, I'm saying this out of character, but also I guess it applies to any character. So you were asking like for like how much he was paying people and how frequently?
I was basically just asking her, not specifically. I just wanted to look into these payments to BC because I think um, the Reynolds sort of indicated that those payments might be going to the mercenaries. So I was trying to figure out, okay, is like, can we, prove that? Can we identify exactly who those are going to,
Right.
like how much money it is, all those sorts of
Well,
things?
okay, so that part first. So she says that in terms of um, payments, so she found out that the payments that he was sending to the anonymous account are actually in a consistent pattern that aligns with the Russian attacks. Which basically, for example, he sent a payment a day or so before the shooting during the orientation, um, and then there was an attack, and then as for previous incidents, he sent a payment to like an anonymous account, and then like a day or two later, which not necessarily always a day, but sometimes 2 days, it depends. The colony would get a visit from the Marauders, and she also explains um, I mean, she's kind of jittery, all the coffee, but she says, there are larger gaps in terms of time between payments to the unidentified client, but he's paying the person several $1,000s each time. Whereas the payments to the Reynolds clan, I mean, to John specifically, but the family as a whole, obviously benefits are a bit more routine, but much smaller by comparison. And
Yes, I'm not
basically,
surprised.
yeah, so basically, quote unquote, BC is getting more money than the Reynolds family, but not by a huge margin.
Interesting. I thought it would take more to finance an entire mercenary group. Or maybe they're supplementing it if they're stealing equipment or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, she says I don't have any kind of record on that. If they're doing that, I mean, they were obviously they were paid pretty generously by Administrator Croft the first time they showed up. Like, as a reminder,
Mm.
they showed up to the colony, they demanded tribute, and he actually gave it to them. So,
Okay.
which
Um,
it's
do we know uh there's been numerous attacks and those costs can quickly spiral. Do we know where Whiskey is getting this money from? He doesn't is he doesn't strike me as like a independently wealthy guy.
he from like Alexandra says that unfortunately I was only able to at least in this particular investigation um I was only able to find out like who he was sending money to, not whether any money was being added to his account or if he had any, like if he had any sort of, money that he was like basically she's saying like, any kind of money that he was being supplied to by somebody else.
Right.
However, I will remind you that in the first investigation she did, that he was in the good graces of a different company agent. So she suggests somewhat incoherently that maybe that guy, I mean, could theoretically have been funding him like as a greater scope kind of thing, just as part of a plan to get Whiskey in power. I mean, there's no actual proof of that, but it is a possibility, which I will.
Okay, I don't remember that detail being in the previous. I might have missed it.
Well,
That
I
he.
have. If you look in the campaign handouts, when the Alexandra's finding for Albert, you should have ownership of it, so you can read that. Um, where, yeah, he was. I mean, I'll just mention this, again, and again, character knowledge versus group knowledge. So he started as a bodyguard for a guy named Radcliffe. Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
so he was kind of under the mentorship, I guess, and the support of a higher end company exec. So,
Oh, okay. So I remember that you mentioned Matt Radcliffe. I didn't know. Maybe I missed it that he was like like that Radcliffe guy was like a big mover.
well, I mean, he was Whiskey's like superior, and obviously the two of them, you know, would
Oh
would
yeah, you
potentially have
said
worked together.
executive. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, like in neither investigation did Alexander find like the whole 9 yards of their relationship or um, like uh, what specific what specific relationship they had or like what he's still doing. Um, but um, he like basically like Alexander's just theorizing that between what you said about Whiskey potentially not really being made of money, but also at one point being in the good graces of a company agent who might actually have a sizable bank account, and especially if this could have been as a potential plan. I mean, we can't really discount that, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely something I'll want her to follow up on. So I'll just tell her, great job. I definitely want to learn more about where Whiskey is getting all this money from. I remember, you told me before, or you reported before, his contact with this Radcliffe person. Perhaps, perhaps that relationship goes deeper than we know. But uh, like I said, great job. Get some rest. I'll need you to keep investigating. There's a lot more to be unraveled with this thread.
And she says, well, I mean, why don't you potentially just, go ahead and, if you have probable cause to arrest him, I mean, you could potentially get him after the debate, and, then he's just out of the picture.
See, I've been debating that. The problem with that is that then there will be some in the colony who view my actions as political. Um, it would be far more advantageous, first, if we had more concrete evidence, and second, if Mr. Whiskey loses the election fair and square by all appearances, and then we move against him.
And she just sort of, shrugs and says, I mean, you're the boss. You lead, I'll follow. Implicitly just referring to like however you want to solve it. Um, I mean, do you have any? Is there anything else you would want to say or ask her to do, or are you just gonna like dismiss her?
Well, yeah. So what I said is like that after she has time to rest because she's obviously exhausted, to continue digging into this relationship between not Arturo, President Whiskey and
Third
and
time's
this
a charm.
executive guy.
Okay. Um, she says, I'll see what I can find, but given that I really had to kind of scrounge for information on Radcliffe in the first place, I don't know how successful I'll be with that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you could just tell me more about him. I'm not familiar with him, so what does he work on the company? Has he been involved in any anything that went wrong or any notable projects?
Yeah. She also proposes the idea of, if there's nothing else that, like, if I can't find anything, going back to what I suggested, if you want to just fucking throw him in the slammer, you could potentially interrogate him, question him, and see what he, like, get it from the horse's mouth.
Yes, that's always an option. But the one thing that I've learned over my career is it's better to know more than you let others know that you know. If we move against Whiskey, then he'll know we're onto him, and so will everyone else, including anyone he's working with.
Well, I mean,
What I would,
if he
I
gets, I mean, if he
want,
got a, oh, sorry.
I'll just say, what I do want is if he makes any more payments to these mercenaries, I want to know instantly. It could be a warning of another attack.
Well, I mean, she did. Well, just as a reminder, she did mention that he actually made one like last night after he got his, got humiliated.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
remember
oh,
her saying that.
she
Oh,
did say that.
okay, sorry. Um, so then I will say, um, okay, well, potentially the colony could be in danger. I think we should put everyone on high alert if, um, and I'll like I don't know if I would tell her to do it or I would tell other people, but basically I would sort of end the meeting with her at that point and sort of start working to make sure that like um, everyone is on duty and all of those sorts of
Now,
things.
my question for you: are you going to alert Sheriff Jones?
That's a good question because I don't know if he's in cahoots with Whiskey. It's probably not. I'm gonna go to Jones and basically indicate to him that I'm concerned that there is a heightened danger because there's this the last time we had a sheriff the last time the colony had a public event we were attacked, and now we have another prominent event again, and this debate could decide the future of the colony with regards to how we deal with these mercenaries. Um, if if they might attack, now would be a good time to do it. And I'm concerned that they might try to take advantage of our forces being distracted by the debate.
So he thinks it over and he says, very well, thanks for the warning. If you want to sort of rally, like, rally the troops, you have my permission to do so. Um, he says that he allocated a couple of officers to guard the like pull like do security at the debate, and he says that he will notify those guys. But he says as for everybody else, I mean, you know, obviously, I wouldn't recommend putting like literally everybody on
Right.
the
Well,
outskirts of the colony. Just
they might use the betas as a distraction to attack something else.
that is true. Um, so he says, well, either way, I'll leave it to your best judgment to keep the colony safe.
I don't know if I would. I guess I'd be asking him. So I'd ask him, in the past, other than just causing, random destruction, has there been any pattern to the targets that the mercenaries selected? Have they been, attempting to steal valuable equipment or just damaging things? Like, have you found any pattern to their targeting?
He says that I mean, because just as a reminder, because he did say this during session one, he pointed out that, due to it being their most consistent target, not their only target, but the planet, there's a mining operation for a lot of, palladium and promethium, and, both very, very rare and expensive, sought after minerals, metals rather. Um, the mercenaries have pulled heists for that, or at least tried to.
Interesting. Do we have another shipment almost ready of refined resources or mined
Yeah,
minerals?
yeah, the mining team regularly, not necessarily daily, but due to the fact that resupply ships, because that's something I admittedly forgot to address, but I'll kind of iron it out now. So resupply ships for like colonists coming to and from like pilgrimages, those are like, approximately at least like once a year. Um, but mineral, like, mining shipments and like natural resources and stuff like that, and then like resupply ships come a little more frequently, but not like once a week. So basically, the colony, like, the mining team, like the mining teams, muster up a bunch, like, bring over a bunch of resources, and then until the supply ship gets there, they're just kind of sitting there.
Okay. So are we going to are we sort of like expecting a ship to arrive to collect that resources soon?
Yes, I would say probably, just for simplicity. So if like a resupply ship comes, or for more colonists comes once a year, I would assume like I'm just going to handle it like maybe at least every 6 months, possibly three, is when a resupply ship comes. But as it stands right now, well, I'm not going to get into exact dates. Like, all that's really relevant in the here and now is it's not going to be coming anytime soon.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say, interesting. They might make another attempt at our mineral storage while the debate is going on. Um, I will position myself with a security team near, whatever the spaceport or wherever those minerals are stored.
So I'll bring us over to the where is the Terra Nova colony overview. Um, so let's see. Trying to figure out what the most realistic place they would be stored at.
I mean, it would be somewhere like probably near the engineering district, right? Because that's where the refinery would be, probably.
Right. Although you figure they would probably, for, ease of kind of getting stuff. I'll say it's at the spaceport. They would probably have like a supply like warehouse in that area. Because keep in mind, it is a pretty big. Like, these districts are pretty large. Um, so resources would be in the starport, which is not that far away from the administration district. Which also means that, like, if theoretically the attack happened at the debate itself, then it would be easier for you to get over there rather than having to go all the way around from engineering.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if wherever the storage is, if the storage is near the starport,
Yeah,
then that makes sense.
it's at the starport. So that's where a lot of the the resources are, is, like they're basically moved, like shuttled over to the starport. Um, so the sheriff basically, he says to you that if you want to, help yourself, like if you want to take one of the like the NR6, the ATVs, like the quad buggies, for so you can quickly move about if you need to. You obviously you're more like you're sufficiently authorized to do so. Um, so
Yeah, I mean, I think I would have like a team with me, so I don't know. I
you could
probably need like a larger vehicle.
yeah, you could take one of the rovers.
Yeah, yeah. So we'd be in like a rover and sort of be like ready to go if something happens.
Okay. Which I mean that could also be a way of getting Richard involved as a driver.
Yeah. So like, yeah, because I think we met Richard, right? So I
Yeah,
and
you
he
met him
joined.
and you have his
Yeah.
file.
So I would get Richard. Um, if Simone, because she said that she was interested in helping, I think I would contact her and say if she wanted to come along with us. And then also I would ask, who's the other security guy? Dustin.
Okay.
And then like maybe like I don't know, however many like random NPCs
Okay.
you think is appropriate.
Well, you have I'm just dragging a little group over here so we can keep track. So let's see, you have Alexandra's out of commish. You've got one, two,
That's
Carlsberg
4.
technically doesn't count because I'm just counting the security team NPCs. Carlsberg and Alexandra are off limits because Carlsberg monitors the security cameras and Alexandra is going to sleep for about a week. Um, so let's see. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven total people, not counting Richard and Simone. Um, and I would say that at least two of those are going to be put on security duty at the thing at the debate.
Right.
So I guess my question to you is like, how many people are you going to bring with you?
So we've got I guess I mean Conrad, like, is he? I'm trying to think. Like, I guess I could ask him if he wants to come, but like I don't know how much of a combat guy Conrad is.
Well, he he can take care of himself, is what he says, is what he thinks about himself. But he's more in the sense of like he wants to help any way he can. He just wants to get out of that boring office and doing the boring middle management menial work, and he always offers in the sense that he is extremely good with technology and can help you uh, open things if anything is locked, locate, electronically hack into anything if there is anything like
Okay.
that. But
So how
if you
about
mention to him, he'll want revenge for what they did to him, so he'll want to accompany if you want to call him.
okay? So how about this? How about I say, Conrad, we're deploying a lot of the security force around the colony, and so we're going to be short-staffed in our headquarters. Would you be willing to sort of like man the computers and the comm system and help us communicate and coordinate anything that we need to do?
If I may make a suggestion, I will point out that Carlsberg technically handles that, which would also free up, Conrad, like for Greg as a player to be able to have like I'm just letting you know that base is covered.
Oh, okay. So I'll say Conrad. So you could either assist with that, or um, you could come with us, or it would be helpful maybe to have someone keeping an eye on the debate and just to let us know immediately if something is going wrong.
Uh, well, honestly, I think with all the security personnel you already have around uh, the debate area, I think they should be just fine. And honestly, I would like to look in the eye the bastards that gave me that wound the last time. So I'm here to help, and I can help with any on-site technical aspects. And let me just check.
Okay.
And also if anybody needs any patching up.
Okay. So I guess I'll be talking. Let's see. So Richard is like officially in the security forces. So
Yeah.
I'll just like sort of we'll be meeting up with Conrad and Simone, and I'll say, all right, well, since both of you, so Simone, you are okay to do this stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I will say, I'm temporarily deputizing you or whatever to help out with security, and so I'm giving you authorization to go to the armory, and you can get some like the bulletproof vests, and you can get a rifle if you want for the purposes of this operation.
Also, I do want to say right quick, because I've admittedly kept them kind of waiting. In response to Richard, in response to what you wanted to do, yes, you can, though you're not going to get any results. Just in regards to
Oh,
what he
that's
asked me to
fine.
do.
It was normal. It was just more of a safety thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just letting you know because
Yeah.
I kind of kept you waiting. So
Yep, you're
anyway,
fine.
so as I understand it, and I'll also point out to Albert that if you want to requisition some like support personnel, like you do have whatchamacallit, like there are like you could, for example, if you wanted to get a medic in case anybody got hurt, you could, you know,
Right.
make that call and have somebody assigned to your group.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to give the other players the opportunity.
I understand that. I'm just saying that like if there's like a gap in your team that you don't have, like if you're missing a dedicated medic,
Right.
you can get that if you need to.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Thanks.
do you want to?
So I thought Conrad said, "Do you have medic stuff?"
He said he can help with it. It's up
Exact
to you
words.
to see. It's up to you to
Okay.
see if that would be enough or not. I'm not revealing anything about that.
Okay. Then yeah. So okay. Then I'll ask for like another like sort of medic NPC with
Okay.
us.
So within about like 20-ish minutes, I'm assuming like before you guys head to the starport to guard it, you are hanging out at the security team HQ, so that way, like Conrad and Simone or whoever is going to arm up. You do basically vehicle drives over and it's one of the like a hospital like ground transport, and there is this young lady who steps out, and she's got like EMT clothing. She has like a backpack with a bunch of like Red Cross and like medical stuff. She smiles, offers a hand to shake. Noticing you as like the head honcho, she says, "Hi, I'm Jessica Maitland. I'm here on behalf of the hospital staff. I heard you needed an EMT just in case things got ugly."
Yes. Better to be safer than sorry. How are do you have experience handling weapons?
Um, especially, she says, admittedly kind of reluctantly, because just as a little meta thing, she just has agility 3 and no range combat.
Yeah. So I mean, if she's not confident, I'm not going to give her a gun because she might shoot one of us or something if she's not
Right.
if she hasn't fired a weapon before, basically.
Yeah.
Or follow in your footsteps.
No, we don't talk about that. Yeah.
Conrad would just whisper, "Don't give her the electroshock pistols. They malfunction."
No, I
Sorry.
took all of those out of service.
That's good.
Poorly designed.
Simone will tease Albert about that, so
We
she can't no more. So that
don't talk about
just
Richard leans over. What happened?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, no.
story
What
for
if
another time, man.
here? What if thing is like you guys know like the main xenomorph and alien Romulus had like energy crackling and stuff. What if that but Albert's leg, like energy charged bullets still in there and his legs like arcing with energy.
Whenever he gets nervous, the foot starts to glow.
God. Anyway, jokes aside,
Killer.
so so Jessica introduces herself to to the rest, and offers like handshakes and stuff. And she's a very cheerful, friendly person. Definitely on the younger side, but um, she was obviously recommended for a reason. So um, there's that. So
Okay.
so
So,
you
I mean, for the other players, like there is equipment that you can get. Like if you want to get, like I said, the armor,
Kevlar
the
riot
body
vest.
armor and stuff.
Conrad will
Okay.
take some Kevlar.
Yeah, there's a Kevlar riot vest you can get. There's also some like rifles and stuff like that. So
Are
if
you
you
going
want
to
anything,
give Jessica a vest?
yes.
Okay. So I will give her a Kevlar vest.
So which rifle are we allowed to take? Exactly, I forget.
I have a
Or
storm
like
rifle.
BFG.
I think that there's some other ones.
Yeah. Storm rifle is effectively a pulse rifle, but it weighs more and has longer range. Whereas the another possible option was the ES7 shotgun, which is basically like energy charge shotgun that stuns targets.
That's what I got.
Conrad
And
has his own personal pistol. Can he just take an extra reload in case?
what kind of pistol is it?
The M4A3
Oh
service
yeah,
pistol.
yeah. No, that's easy. You can get an extra reload for that if you.
We have like millions of ammunition, probably.
Yeah.
Good. He'll take the 2 reloads just in case.
So all right. So you got the
I'll
got
take
the
the
ammo.
storm rifle.
Okay, so you should be able to add that to your sheet. And as I said before, like security team personnel, like you're authorized to carry. I think I said 3 reloads for like a any given weapon. Um, you could take more, but you would have to probably buy it. Like buy it out of pocket, just to avoid somebody taking too much. Um, but yeah, 3 reloads. And the thing with the storm rifle is it does have an underbarrel shotgun, and said shotgun can load baton rounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take baton rounds as well then for the
Okay.
underbarrel.
Okay. So
Do you
just
want me to put that item on my sheet?
yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Because if you're going to use the baton rounds, you would have to use them as as a separate item.
Yep. So there's the storm rifle and then baton rounds. The M230, is that the
No,
baton
it's
round?
the KIP
The kip.
baton
Okay.
rounds. The M230 is for like underbarrel grenade launchers. The KIP are like
Oh.
shotgun shells.
Okay, yeah, I definitely don't want that.
You don't want the big booms.
Well, they wouldn't be explosive. It's just it's like a larger round. So
Ear slug.
pretty much, yeah, it wouldn't even fit in the shotgun. So okay, so you all have your weapons and stuff. I take it.
Yes.
Okay. So I would say, and you're heading to the starport to guard the stockpile.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll say, it's about like like you're waiting there a while, but as it starts to basically like timing wise like overlap with the debate, um, that is when you get a call from Carlsberg, who notifies you that the cameras have picked up movement. Uh, Definitely not ours, and they are heading to the administration district, which is where the assembly center for the debate is going to be.
So so the cameras they basically detected a group of mercenaries landing on the beach.
Correct.
Okay. So what I'm gonna say is, let's drive our whatever buggy or whatever we're in,
The rover,
um, and we're gonna basically take up like
like
I'm
defensive
gonna
positions at the barrier at the colony
yeah,
wall.
like
Okay.
outside the colony, kind of in between them and the administration district.
Okay. So I do
And I'm
I do
gonna
have a
have
map for this.
Carlsberg like, issue a like a whatever, red alert type thing.
Okay, like tell all colonists in the administration district, like anybody who's out on the street to get into cover, kind of thing,
Yeah,
or you look
yeah.
for a little something more subtle.
So is the debate going on at this moment?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I would issue the red alert then. I'd be
Okay.
like, get out of the debate's canceled or whatever.
Okay. Well, I will say, I mean, for the sake of drama, like because the idea is, you could potentially ward off the attack without canceling the debate. Um, yeah, it's just like this is what I had planned, like just as a little bit of context, like basically while if Arturo was here, like this is what he'd be doing, like the debate is what he'd be doing, and this is what you guys are doing right now is what you'd be doing. That was the intent.
Yeah, I mean, I get that from story purposes. I guess we could do that, but I think like in character, I would be like, I don't care about the debate. Like, I'd be like,
Right.
they might beat us, right?
So,
Or there might be another group. Like, we don't know.
well, the thing is, I'll say that are you also the sheriff? He gets on the radio and he says that he will pass the information along to the personnel who are at the debate. But he does say that like if you can drive them off, then there's no reason to cancel it if we don't have to. I understand your initiative to try to keep things safe, but um, there's no reason to push it off if we don't have to. So he says, get your team over
Okay.
to the wall and see if we can drive them off. And if you need extra backup, I can reroute some personnel to help you. So I will drag us over. First, I'll copy all these tokens to the
Okay.
colony
If you're an administrator and they want to override me, I guess that's fine.
Okay. So we got this
I
map
understand
here.
what they're saying is
Yeah.
like, if we have to fall back, then be like, hey, debate's
Yeah,
canceled.
like if
Mhm.
if you get pushed back, then yeah, the debate is canceled. But if you can drive these guys off, no reason to cancel it. So, um, so I'll
Okay.
drag the rover out because you can use it as cover if you want. And I'll make it a little larger. So where is?
That's really tiny.
It's a clown car.
How do we all fit in there?
My
Yeah,
toy
it's
car.
All right.
just a clown car.
Yeah. So Jessica is going to take cover behind it because she's not really a combatant. You guys have the perimeter wall here, which can be used as cover. You could also go on top of this building and use that as like a sniper position. So where are you guys distributing yourselves?
I'm gonna go like somewhere in a bush, somewhere and hide.
Outside the colony?
Yes.
Okay. Which speaking of, I need to determine range bands. I made the mistake that Emily made last night. No offense. So
Been taken.
this okay. So I'll just divide it up like this for zones. So let's say that and that. Oh, nope. Hold on. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. I hate this so much. Like, I had like one tool selected and then it was treating me as if I had something else, which is just weird. All right,
Yeah,
there we go.
Foundry's not the best at drawing.
There we go. Fucking finally. All right. So,
Lovely.
so as I understand, so Richard, you are going into this zone somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere in the bushes and hiding.
Okay, well, move your token
I
where
mean,
you want to
you
go.
realize that's what they will be coming towards us, right? Through the bushes.
Yes, I know. I wanna be like, hi, how are you? Surprise.
Okay.
That one's a mad lad.
So, so I guess for the PCs, determine where you want to be, and then as for Dustin, he'll go wherever Albert tells him to. Oops.
Let's see. Just want to check the range on the weapons here. Oh, it says extreme. Extreme is like what, 3 zones or 4 zones?
So
4.
everything within this is one's like this is short range. To here is medium. To here is long.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
here,
so
and from
I'll
here
just...
to here would technically also still be long.
Well, this is like a wall, right? Like over here.
Well, like I said, this is a building, but you can go up on top of the building.
Okay, so if one of you wants to snipe, you can go up on the building.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, I'll pop there.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So
I'm gonna make this reference, and only part of the table will get it. All, not really Simmons, because I'm not cold and crazy, but just, Overwatch position.
okay.
Yeah, so we'll have Jessica kind of stay over there
All right.
behind cover, and I'll be behind cover on this wall, and then Dustin, I don't know, he can be on the other side of the wall near
Okay.
Conrad, maybe.
I mean, you could also put him over here to guard Jessica. I mean, if you deem that
Sure, yeah,
necessary,
I'll
but
be like,
okay.
hey, keep an eye on her.
Okay. So
And
he'll be leaning
proceed.
around the transport and using that as cover. Okay. So for
Yeah.
So for Richard, I need you to do. I'm just kind of leaning over to Greg for this. Do you know if they changed the stealth rules out of curiosity, or is it still like mobility versus observation?
They have quite a bit. It's basically, so the opposed thing, it's observation versus observation.
Oh,
And depending who wins, you have special kind of stunt things if you wanna do it with
yeah.
those things.
In
If not, you
retrospect,
can use the old.
I didn't plan ahead for that, so we'll just do it like the legacy way for this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll get in touch with you after the game and see about how that works. So in this case, Richard, because um you are trying to stay hidden, you are going to um, need to do a mobility versus these guys' observation because obviously there are enemies coming. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Okay, so that is them, or that is you. Now, as for these guys, I will roll their or whatchamacallit, their observation, see if they see you. They might not. Oh yeah, they're none the wiser. So you have one group of 3 in this zone, and then 2 of them kind of lagging behind. So let me just double check the sneak attack rules because you theoretically now, well, actually technically no, because that rule was just to see if they spot Richard. Now my question is, if you guys are going to do a sneak attack, then it would be like I think the lowest in your group, the lowest mobility in your group rolls, and then the highest in theirs rolls. So
Basically, yeah.
yeah,
The old
who
rules, yeah.
has the lowest mobility? I mean, obviously not Richard, but um,
Yeah. Not
I got
me. I don't
5.
know.
Yeah, I have 5 as well.
okay. So,
I have 0.
well, what's your
But total.
agility?
Oh, it would be a total of 3.
Okay, so I think that would be you.
So I just roll, okay.
Yeah, you just roll mobility. You want to push?
No.
Okay, because basically that just like it just means that combat will be rolled normally instead of you guys having like a surprise round. So, all right, well I'll roll for these guys and I do observation. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, technically, yeah, you guys would basically spot each other at the same time.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, looks like we're going to a new initiative. So I will create encounter. I'll add the Russians combat state, and the good news is that you didn't get your cover blown, Richard. So like unless you pop it, do like a surprise motherfucker, then they're not really
Yeah.
gonna be prepared for you. I'm gonna leave Jessica. Well, actually, no, I'll keep her in the initiative in case she needs to do like some first aid. Um, I will draw all. Does anybody have fast reflexes?
I do.
Okay, I will re-roll yours. I'll just assume you want the highest. So re-roll initiative. Yeah, it's a 4 or a 4, so I'll give you a 4.
Gee, I have so many options. I think I'll
Uh,
take the 4.
does anybody else have fast reflexes?
Not yet.
Okay. Does anybody want to swap initiatives with anybody?
No, I'm perfectly fine
Am I
where
going
I'm
first?
at.
Is that what 01 means?
Yeah, like it's lowest to highest. goes. So like if you have a 1, you're going first, which suffice to say, Richard, like where you are right now, you would be one of the last to go. So that's why I'm
Which
offering
is
like if
perfectly fine.
So how
okay.
about we switch maybe? Geez, I just. Can we switch maybe Richard or Conrad with the medic?
Yeah, you can switch. Conrad, do you want to switch with Jessica? Because I mean, Richard said he's fine where he is.
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right, so I will swap initiative with you and Jessica. Okay, and Richard's fine where he is. I will move Dustin and Jessica just so the actual combatant can go first.
Sure. Makes sense.
All right, so all right, I will begin combat if we're all good. So, all right, Albert, you're up. What are you doing?
Let's see. I can't really tell like which guy is which. Is one of these 3 guys in the zone in front of me like whichever one has the highest initiative? I would want to shoot him.
If you hover over the initiative, like the character in the initiative slot, it'll highlight the token. So the
Okay, I
first one to
wasn't
go
looking
is
It's
at
this
it.
guy that goes first.
Yeah.
And then this guy here.
Okay.
And then this
Okay.
one's 6, and then that one's last.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim for guy.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Okay, so let's see. I think I want to use. I assume this thing has full auto.
Yeah, storm rifle. So basically, yeah, the storm rifle. If you go full auto, I mean, you take 1 point of stress, but you get a +2 to your roll.
So I have a machine gunner, so that should not
Oh,
add
then
stress.
there, yeah, then I didn't know you had a machine gunner. If you have machine gunner, then forget what I said about the stress.
Okay, I'm trying to. Where's the attack roll?
You just click on the weapon. But well, you would right click on the weapon.
It wasn't marked as active.
Oh, yeah, that's all good. Just right click on it, then add the 2. Are you going to aim, or you? Because I will just something I will want to point out to everybody. As I said before, this combat encounter I want to test some new rules, including one of them that I pointed out was that you can actually dodge ranged attacks, but it basically works like blocking. It's just you roll mobility um, instead of close
Close
combat.
combat.
Yeah, so if you want to save a fast section to do that, you can. But if you'd rather aim or whatever instead, that's also fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim because I am behind cover, and I have armor, so I feel like it's more
Okay,
useful to try to aim.
fair enough. So then you would get a +4.
And so the extra successes just do damage, right?
Well, you can do stunts with them. A new stunt they added in second edition is so normally you would have to roll like an ammo supply after each shot, but you can use one of those stunts to say you conserve ammo.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to
Well,
do that,
I'm gonna push and then we'll see.
okay. So all right, well, no bueno on the push, but you still have 3 successes.
I'm just gonna do all damage then, so that
Okay.
would be 4.
Yeah, that'd be 4. Be sure to do like a power roll on the storm rifle if you're not going to conserve ammo. Okay, so your supply goes down to 2. As for and you're shooting at this one. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see the target.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Okay, so I got to roll his armor piercing, which he just takes all of it, and it's a really bad shot, or at least relative to him, hits him pretty hard. So he's already almost down.
Oh wait, doesn't the full auto let me distribute damage to everyone?
If you use a stunt for it, yes.
Okay, so in that case, I forgot. So can I use the 2 extra successes I got to do an attack against all 3 of them? That way
Yeah,
it's
I
2
mean,
damage to all 3.
yeah, 2 of them on all. Yeah, 2 of them to all 3. So in that
Yep.
case, this guy would be at 3 out of 5 instead of 1 out of 5. Then I'll roll armor for the other 2. So, so that's armor piercing for this one, who doesn't block any of it, so she takes 2. And then this guy, armor armor piercing, and he doesn't block anymore. So they all basically they all just take 2 damage. So, all right.
So I pop out from behind cover, and now with an actually competent weapon, I unload a hail of bullets into this group, and they're not paying attention. They're not maintaining good
Spacing.
separation discipline, and I hit all of them with a spray of fire.
All right, nice.
Right.
So next is going to be this guy in the back who is going to see, his range is long. So in terms of cover for, I needed to figure out what that wall would be. Let's see. Just need a sec to look in the rule book and see. Okay, range combat, cover. I'll say that wall would give you 5 armor. That's on top of the whatchamacallit, the vest. So this guy is going to take cover here, and then he's going to fire at you from your cover. So, oh, yeah, well, he wouldn't have any modifiers anyway. Okay, so you know what? He'll push at the risk of giving us a little stress and having potentially shooting himself. Okay, nothing. So, all right. So roll your armor, which would be no armor piercing. It's just like you right click on your body armor and then do like a like add 5. So it should be 9 total. And he is shooting at you, Albert.
Okay, so I roll.
So right click on
9
your armor. Right click on your armor, and then there's like a modifier, and then just type 5 because that's how much the wall gives you.
Hold on.
Like basically exactly like the you're rolling. Okay, so you block one of it, but you take 1 point of damage.
Do I get an automatic stress for that?
No, I don't do that. Actually, I even think they removed that in 2nd edition, but I don't know for certain.
They did. They did.
Alright, and there you go. So,
Well, that's good.
like fuck for that. Okay, so you take but you take the 1 point of damage, but other than that, you're fine. Okay, that was that guy's turn, and also need to mark him as in cover. Where is the cover icon? Is there a cover icon? I'll just do this. And I'll also give you the same symbol if you're in cover. So, okay, it's Conrad's turn.
Now, let's do something fun. Conrad is going to use his slow action to try and manipulate these bastards to surrender. He's gonna bluff.
Oh fuck,
He's
that's gonna end
bluff
so
his
badly.
He says, "You fucking cunts! We have support coming our way. A missile barrage targeting your area.
Or you're surrounded, give up.
Oh fuck.
Surrender, and we might let you live.
I'll tell you right
Or this is
now,
gonna
I'm not
end
gonna.
very ugly."
Yeah, just roll. You're committed to this. Just roll. Oh God.
I think
You're
this
my
is
buddy,
appropriate.
but you're kind of stupid. No offense.
Do you want to
I
push?
don't speak English, so I can't even understand you.
I think I won't push because I think this is very appropriate that this wouldn't fucking work. He
Yeah.
had to
Well,
try.
that was your slow action. What do you want to do with your fast action?
Go prone and take the full cover as much as you can.
Okay.
Behind this thing.
All right. So you're taking cover. I will mark you with a cover icon. Okay. So this guy is going to let's see. He'll move into this zone, so he kind of bypasses your guy's cover. Because basically he's a straight line of sight. So he's now going to shoot at Conrad.
Let him try.
He didn't understand what you were
Oh,
saying,
fuck.
at least as far as you know.
Yes, and I forgot to remember for dodge because that is the thing. But still, yeah, I went prone. I am lying on the ground, looking up at his
That
fucking
actually, I
gun.
think that
Like,
makes him
oh
an
fuck.
easier. That makes you an easier target.
It
Oh my
does. It
god.
does. I did what I said. I have to live with the consequences.
So
I knew I should have brought an NPC instead of Conrad. What's he trying to do?
actually, well, I will double check that. I thought
Conrad, you're
does
the computer guy, not the action guy.
yeah. Actually, I don't think there
Oh,
is
we'll
a
see.
prone
Oh, you'll
modifier
see.
in this. Is there? I know there is in Twilight 2000, but
In the old edition,
You
I
can be on
think
prone because you can get knocked
uh,
down, but
on prone works if if somebody's shooting at you on short or medium range, whatever. But if somebody's next to you and you're prone, I think that counts as being on the ground, and they
like
have a
a
modifier
engaged
plus.
+3. Oh, I see.
but
Okay,
he's
well,
not.
Yeah.
He's in the zone, but he's not engaged with you because that would
right.
be another move, right?
Yeah, he would have to
Yeah,
move again into engage
yeah.
range.
Basically, however you decide, Cody, about that, I am ready to take the consequence if you deem it so. But
I
even
think
without it,
there's
I will
a
get fucked.
so based on let me just double check with the Colonial Marines manual because they have a new talent that Hug the Dirt. So Hug the Dirt specifically says that if you're taking like if you're prone and you are getting shot at from medium range or longer, attacks get a -2 modification.
That's what I was thinking
So
about. Yeah, that's
I
another
would
talent.
probably
Yeah.
say that in this case, yeah, there isn't actually in the range fire modifiers thing, there isn't actually a thing for prone. So in this case, I'm going to just go rules as
Yeah.
written and say that there isn't like he doesn't get any kind of bonus. So, but he doesn't get a penalty either.
Yeah. I'm just in an awkward position.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what?
he's just going to in this case, just take a point of stress because he is going to full auto.
Let's go.
You
Alright.
just look up and you just see the barrel looking at you. You're just like, oh dear God.
Shit.
Ow.
Okay, hold on. I don't know why he rolled auto panic, but he did panic. So, all right. So first, we'll resolve the damage. So because he's sort of flanked you, you don't get the benefit of cover. You do have your vest, so
Yes.
just
Yes.
roll your armor as is. Okay, so you take 1
Woohoo.
point of damage, and basically because for the stunt, he's going to conserve ammo. And as
Okay.
for whatchamacallit, as for the panic table, let's double check that, shall we? Just see how that goes. So let's see. So 2d6 plus stress level, so /R 2d6. He has 2 stress. Okay, so he gets 8 plus okay, hold on. 8 plus, so that's 10.
2, 10
And
minus his
then
resolve, whatever it
resolve, what
is.
is his fucking resolve? So he has what's 4, empathy 2, so that's
So 3.
3. So
Yeah.
minus
7.
okay. I know what he's going to lose. He's not obviously not losing his gun because he's fucking holding it,
Of
but
course.
there's a something else on his person that he doesn't have. So okay, so that's his turn.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that was that guy's turn. So Simone, it's up. It's you.
Okay, I'm gonna target that dude and open up my character sheet again. So I have the gun prepared. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my fast action to take an aimed shot at the dude that just shot at Conrad. And then I'm gonna look at modifiers. The range on the weapon, that's just like the max it can go without
Yeah.
a penalty, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's not like the max. It's literally just as far as it can shoot. Like if you have a gun that has,
Okay.
say, short range, it literally cannot shoot past short range.
Okay. I couldn't remember exactly. All right. So I get a +2 for the aim, and I think that would be just about it. I'll push that.
All right.
Nice.
Very nice.
Take him
Okay.
out.
So are you doing
Yep.
all damage or are you doing some stunts?
I'll use a stunt to conserve ammo,
All right, good.
and then I'll use the other success to do another point of damage.
Okay, so he's taking 3 potentially, so I'm going to roll his armor piercing. Okay, so he takes all 3 and he's dead. Because he had 3 HP remaining and you did 3 damage. Of
Oh,
interest,
shoot my buddy, you bastard.
yeah, of interest to you is you hear an anguished scream from this one, and she actually calls out his name, Dimitri.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh.
so the first bit of emotion you
Bro
picked
shouldn't
up.
have rushed up like that.
He should get good.
Oh my God. So
Real
this
issue.
this dude. So this dude is going to move into this zone. And I'll say he is going to take cover behind this tree. And that's his turn. And then this one is going to, the one who screamed out Dimitri is going to, I guess, let's see. She'll save her, her fast action to dodge, but she is going to, shoot at Simone on full auto. So let's see, +2. Actually, hold on. Oh, she already had the stress, so I need to add another one. Okay. Okay. So she, we'll push. Why not? Oh, that's why not. I just keep auto rolling stress. I need to manually do that. So, okay, so 2d6. So she gets, that's 7. +2 stress is 9. Minus a resolve of 3 would be 6. And I just need to double check what 6 is. Where is stress table? A 6 is, you cannot push any skill rolls until the end of the stretch. So, alright. So, but she does, she will conserve ammo and then hit you for 2, so roll your armor.
Armor piercing or just standard?
Just flat.
Okay.
Okay, so you take 1. Okay. So next is Dustin, who is going to oh, interesting. He has a fucking shotgun, I remembered. So in this case, he he saw how rushing forward ended up for Dimitri, so he's going to just switch to the we don't talk about that gun with his fast action, and he's going to take a pot shot at this one. So well, actually, hold on. What I need to do right quick is Alien RPG set. Is there a turn off auto panic?
There is. There is
Oh
an
yeah, I
option.
see it. I saw it right now, so I need to do that, and then just remove the panic from the 2 guys who
The
are
panic
flipping
icon is hilarious looking.
it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So hold on, I need to. The problem is I didn't realize it was still set to auto panic, so I need to. Because the problem is these guys are getting agility -2.
Oh yeah. That needs to be taken off then.
Yeah. So I gotta fix that right quick, because and on top of that, it applied to like all of them, so. Which is weird because it's like they're NPCs, so they should be unlinked, and yet they're all getting the same goddamn result.
Did you clone the piece?
I cloned the tokens, but the thing is they're unlinked, so they should not be sharing the same effect.
If you clone the token without dragging it over, it will do it. It'll still have them all linked.
Oh, okay.
You have to drag it out individually.
Oh,
So like if you want multiples of the same, you just drag how many you
Okay,
want out, and then
so-
it'll have them all unlinked and they'll have their own stat blocks.
Yeah, and it also added stress to certain ones. So I think she's the only one that had stress, so I'll just remove the stress from the other guys.
Yeah. And
'Cause it was
that
added
guy, but he's dead.
Well, yeah, he's fucking cooked. So Dustin, so he switches to the ES4 pistol, and he will take a pot shot at this guy. So he will. Well, he can't aim, so he'll just do like a quick shot, basically. Okay, he hits. Oh, I accidentally had the guy selected, but that was Dustin's shot. So this guy gets hit. So first we got to roll his armor. So he doesn't block it, so he takes 1 point of damage, and now we got to see if he hits the ground from the stun effect. So -2. Okay, he's fine. So like sparks fucking fly off of his body armor, and a little bit of blood like jets out, but he's still intact. So that was Dustin's turn, and now Richard. This is where the fun begins, I'm sure.
Oh yes, and I'm looking at the one that shouted out the name, and I'm like,
Her.
ooh, yes, ooh, perfect. Pops up with the shotgun and say, "Hi."
Oh, now before you shoot, are you shooting with baton rounds or are you shooting to kill?
On rounds.
Okay.
I mean, what else would I use? Like,
Okay. Well, then do a roll with baton rounds if you have them on your sheet.
yeah. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Nice.
If he takes them
It's
down with
not.
baton rounds, it has the fun crits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is
so-
true.
I'm conserving ammo with one, and then the other two, this is straight damage.
Okay, so baton rounds, they do double her armor, so I'll hit armor doubled and see what. Hold on. So that's.
Oh, that's blocked.
Yeah, it is blocked, but it does hit her, so it does trigger a stun effect potentially if you're using the baton rounds with a shotgun. So let's just roll her stamina -2 and see if that. What the fuck? That's.
Oh,
God damn.
She is motivated by her dead lover. She
Yeah.
has gotten into character mode.
Yeah. So.
Full on character mode.
And now she knows that Richard is there.
I'm like, hi. I'm in danger, and I saved my fast action for dodge.
Okay. So Jessica is just gonna like stay down, avoid the bullets. And then this guy who was on point is, I mean, gonna do the obvious thing and fucking shoot at Richard. So
That's why I saved. I'm like, I
yeah.
know I'm getting
All right.
shot
Yeah.
at.
Well, perfect. We'll be able to test the dodge rules. So
Yeah.
let's see, ranged. Or where's okay? So he is going to aim and fire. And that is you know, I guess in this case he'll just do an extra point of damage and he'll do his power roll now. So he doesn't expend any ammo, but he he does. That's 3 damage coming your way. So roll your dodge first, I guess, which is just mobility. Okay, so you still take some rounds, so that does negate 1 point. So do an armor roll, just flat armor.
And it's
No
flat
piercing.
armor.
Yeah. Okay, so you block one, so you take 1 point of damage.
So I thought he conserved ammo, and I dodged one.
No, he didn't. I said, did you see that power supply roll I did? That was his ammo roll. Like
Okay.
Instead of conserving ammo, he just decided to go all in on damage. So that's why I did that roll to see if he used up any of his magazine.
Yeah.
So you still take 1 point of damage.
Yeah. The things when I click on it to roll, there's no box popping up. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not.
Roll for what? Your armor?
So like weapons or armor or anything.
Weird.
You have to right click it.
Oh, for modifiers?
Oh yeah. There
Okay.
you go. I right clicked it and
Right.
popped up.
Okay. So that was that guy's turn. So next is round 2, Albert.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do the same thing again. I'm gonna let's see, who am I targeting? Just gonna see. Okay, I don't want to target the guy in the other zone. I guess I'll Nova Soka or whatever her name is.
Novakava.
No, yeah, Nova Kava. I'll put her out of her misery.
Fuck, man, that's hardcore.
So I'm
Jesus
gonna target
Christ.
full auto on her.
Oh my god.
You want to steal lover again? Here's how.
God.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are freaking nuts.
I literally have the merciless talent. Like I am role playing my
I mean,
character. Excuse you.
kudos. It's just,
And here Richard's trying to
kudos to
take her
you, man.
alive.
Fuck, that's funny. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to shoot it or have at it. Oh fuck, are
We'll
you
push
gonna
that
push?
faux show.
Oh god. 3 successes. Are you gonna
Yeah,
conserve
so
ammo?
I'll do the same thing and I'll put 2 points on all 3 of them.
Okay, so do a supply roll for your ammo. While you're doing that, I will okay, so
What
2
happens if I get like the you know, the star, the 6 on the supply
Oh,
roll? Anything?
no,
Nothing.
no. A success doesn't count on a supply roll. So, okay, so first I gotta roll armor for, I'll just do, let's see, this guy, who doesn't block any of it, so he takes 2. I'll roll from the same sheet with, oh, Elena actually, blocks
She's
only,
alive.
yeah, I mean, she still takes 1 damage, but she blocks 1 of it, and then this guy who is in cover behind the tree, let me just see if there's a tree like cover modifier. Shrubbery, furniture. I would say a tree trunk probably is equivalent to furniture, so I'll give him armor rating 3. Um, so he would be rolling 7 dice. Still armor piercing, so it's effectively 4 anyway. Okay, and he takes 2. So, all right, cool. Okay, so Albert Rambo has gone. Next is this guy who is behind cover, who is going to aim and fire at Richard, because everybody else is pretty much
Of
behind
course.
cover. So he is going to, let's see, aim. So that's a 2, and then fire. Let's see what he does. Okay, that's he's not gonna conserve ammo, so I'll just roll his power. And in the meantime, are you going to dodge? Because you can do that as an out of turn incidental, but it
Okay.
does cost your fast
Yeah.
action later in the round.
It's a
That's
new round, so yeah.
perfectly fine.
All right.
So mobility, here we go.
Okay, so you dodge
2.
2 of
Tech-
it.
And
Well,
then
technically, in the new rules, successes cancel out successes now instead of the total
does it?
damage.
Oh, does it?
that's why I was asking, because I
Oh,
got 2
oh,
on
okay.
the last one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. So in that case, that
Yeah,
point of damage you
that's a
took,
new
take that back.
change.
All right, take that back. So okay, well you completely dodged all the incoming fire, though. Just keep in mind you only have 1 action later in the round. So
Yeah.
that was his turn. He fucked up. So, all right. Next is Conrad.
So, Conrad is going to get up from his being
Prone.
in cover, prone, yeah, and
Fast
he's
action.
going to and he has his slow action to get rid of damn Novikova there. He's like, "You bloody bastard, leave the kid alone," and he starts shooting.
Okay, so anyway, I started blasting.
Yes.
You can see the video I posted in the chat.
Oh God. Oh,
yes,
Jesus.
that will be
What the
4 damage
fuck?
coming her way.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Conrad has has blood in his eyes.
1,
Literally, because he was
2,
hurt.
3, 4. So
4
let me
damage.
just.
Oh yeah, rolling my ammo.
Okay, because you're not going to conserve ammo, I take it.
No.
Okay, so she is going to use her fast action to dodge. So I'm going to roll her mobility, see if she does. She's probably not going to, but yeah, no, not even close. So she dodges one of it.
3
I'll see if her
incoming
armor.
armor.
Yeah, yep, rolling her armor. Blocks 2 of it.
Only one goes.
Okay, 1 goes through. So she is on the brink of death, but still breathing.
Damn it.
Okay, Simone.
So you said that the storm rifle can go full auto?
Yes, it can go full auto. That's what Albert's been doing the whole time.
Okay.
If you
I
don't
will
have
take a
machine gunner,
peek.
though, you do take 1 point
Yep.
of stress for
I'll
doing
bump
so.
up my stress. Yep. So I will. So I'm gonna aim and I'm gonna go full auto
All right, so
to try
4.
and hit her and the other dude.
Well, it hits
So-
it can hit up to everyone in the zone. You can basically apply
If
a
you have
success to
Oh.
hit
yeah.
in the zone. Yeah.
Like if you have 3 successes, you can hit all 3 of them.
Yeah, with the base damage of the weapon, so it's like 3 hits but 2 damage per.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Now, if you do have extra successes, you can apply extra damage to them. Like, so for example, if you got, say 5
4 or 5.
successes, you could hit all 3 of them once, but then you could hit like this guy and then her a second time.
Okay. So I'll do my stress from so modifier 4.
Full auto is absolutely cracked if you have a high damage weapon. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait until you try the new full auto rules from the 2nd edition. That they're a lot crazier.
Oh fuck. So
Oh,
yeah, we'll talk
my
about
God,
that later.
Simone's gonna murder all of them.
so all right.
Damn, that storm rifle.
So are you going to use the 1 success to conserve ammo?
Use 1 survey.
Okay.
And then I will split between her, that dude, and
Basically just all 3 guys in the zone. Okay.
Yep.
So armor piercing, you're probably going to absolutely smoke Novakava, so yeah, she's dead. I'm gonna, because she was a somewhat major relatively character, I'm gonna actually roll her crit to see what, I mean, she's still dead, I'm just gonna for
please
flavor.
do.
You shoot her in the leg, and she falls out, like drops her gun and like falls over sideways and just drops and is motionless.
We could roleplay that we keep her barely alive almost, if you want to do that.
I mean, if you want to keep her alive based on the crit, I'll allow that. But you, yeah, well,
sure. Since it isn't like a fatal one.
yeah. So, because if it was fatal, I mean, Jessica would have to haul ass to go help her. As for these other guys, let's see. So this guy doesn't block any of it, so he's dead. He's just outright dead.
Takes 1 to the dome.
Yeah, he just gets absolutely fucking waxed. And then this guy is going to probably have be the same situation. Oh, or not. He takes, and I didn't even count for his cover, though I do need to roll his cover because he. Actually, no, if it was armor piercing. Yeah, if it was armor piercing, it would still technically be 4, so I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, well, either way, he's dead. So.
Have I dealt the killing blow to most of these dudes?
Yes, you've killed 2 of them. There were 5 in the encounter. You technically, I mean, it would have been a killing blow to Novakava, but you deliberately kept her alive. And then Dimitri, I think, was killed by Conrad.
No, I killed Dimitri as well.
Oh, yeah. So you've killed everybody.
That's a lethal prospector right there. Prospecting bullets.
So.
Soul
Okay.
collector.
So-
Okay, so I need to resolve my panic. 'cause I
Oh,
did
yes.
panic.
Yes. Roll 2d6. Okay, so that's... Oh, fuck, you rolled low. Okay, +3 is 7. And what is your resolve, which is your empathy and wits divided by 2?
3.
Okay, 3, so that would just be... Because it's like +3 -3, so it's effectively just 4,
Yep.
which would be... What the fuck is that? Aggravated +1 stress for you and all the... Okay, so basically everybody... like all the allied characters take 1 point of stress.
Okay. And I take a stress as well, correct?
Yeah. Well, actually, everybody bar Richard because he's not in the same zone. But like, you, Conrad, and Albert all take 1 point of stress.
Yep.
Okay.
So Simone is getting pissed that she's killing all of them. So
Well, she's like,
effectively.
"Oh man, I'm murdering everybody. This is not my self-image."
Supposed to be a healer, not a mercenary.
So,
Healer and the prospector.
okay.
I see she will be the first one to be contracted into the civilian army
Oh, fuck,
when
yeah.
El Presidente.
Jesus.
Be the commander of... What the hell is Kim Jong-un's, like, Babe Squad or whatever it's called?
Oh my
Oh
god.
God.
Anyway, so Novikova is down for the count, so she's not acting. Dustin, I guess, is going to... So this guy can't really act yet. So he's going to move, take the initiative, try to show off. He's going to move here. Oh yeah, he would have to because he can't fucking use either of his weapons beyond their range. So he's going to fucking, like scream at this guy, down on the ground, and is going to shoot at him with his pistol. And he hits. Well, actually being Dustin, he's going to push. And that doesn't achieve anything, but he still hits, so... this guy...
He has the right spirit.
Yeah,
He's not good, but he has a spirit.
So,
Dustin technically should have 1 more point of stress, but I mean, you don't have to re-roll it, but he should have.
Oh, good point.
You would have gotten the stress from Simone, right?
Yeah. So I can roll 1d/s. So 1d/s. Oh, well, there you go. He gets another success. So,
Nice.
so this guy, so he's just gonna do all damage on him. So this guy is going to, hold on, what was the cover? I think I'll say that the big boulders are 5 plus is 4, but armor piercing. Okay, he doesn't block any of that, so he's taking 2, and that is, he was at full health, but he now has to do a stamina -2, which he's going to push out of desperation, which doesn't achieve anything for him. So he gets hit, like Dustin hears like his teeth clattering against, and he falls over. And Dustin, being the dick that he is, like intentionally steps on Novikova's broken leg as he's heading over to subdue this guy.
Now that's a bridge too far, you fucking asshole move.
Yeah, like he kicks, like he like this guy who dropped his gun, he kicks the gun away and he basically grabs him like by the neck and like just kind of hauls him over. So with that, combat is over and you now have two captives.
Yeah, Richard would have helped him, like subdue him, like full on up him or whatever.
Conrad approaches the lady here, and he says, "She's aiming a gun. Down, everybody! She's aiming a gun at Sparrow." Bam! He shoots her point blank.
Do you have Merciless?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I'm the one
Oh,
who gave
Jesus
Albert.
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Oh my, okay, well, you just fucking smoke her.
He whispers in her ear, "That's for your boyfriend, bitch."
Oh my god.
This is my buddy. What the fuck? You're a psycho.
You literally killed 3 people and blew off her leg, and you're like shocked at him. Okay.
I shouldn't be. I know the irony, but I never expect just fucking, out of the pocket coup de grace, man.
God fucking damn,
So
that was just.
the way we have to
Sparrow,
roleplay
are you
this is
okay?
that some of the blood splashes on Conrad's glasses, and he like very nonchalantly cleans it.
Oh, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. His glasses are a signature item, so he's cleaning them to reduce the stress. Oh, wait. When he does that, he also gets another stress reduction. Nice.
Oh my god.
Because of the merciless. As he's cleaning his glasses in a very strange
Oh,
look in his eye,
Jesus.
he goes up to Sparrow and says, "Are you okay? You handled yourself nicely, but you were outnumbered there." And he just kind of reaches a hand out to Sparrow to kind of bring him up from the bushes. You need some help there?
Oh,
You're on mute if you're speaking.
yeah, I was. I said it wasn't the
Sorry.
first time I've been outnumbered, but I would have been following Dustin, helping him take the prisoner.
Oh.
Oh,
So it would have been
you're
there.
over here then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then, since I was in that zone, I said what I said. She pulled up the gun. She was ready to shoot them, and I saved the day. These bloody Macs.
I have quite a story to tell at the water cooler once you're back in the office. God. Okay.
Jesus.
So I would just be giving orders to Dustin to like secure the prisoner and take him for interrogation and all that sort of stuff.
Dustin's like, "You got it, boss," and he fucking like almost literally throws this guy in the back of the transport. And the guy like curses him out in Russian, and Dustin doesn't give a shit. So he gets him, cuffed and loaded in the back of the transport with Richard's help. Is there anything you guys are going to be doing during this, like while you're at the scene of the shootout, or are you going to all pile into the rover and head out?
Conrad's gonna search them, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I was about to say we should probably search the bodies.
I would be calling into the sheriff, the security office, and reporting the situation. Be like, hey, we need a cleanup crew out here, and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. Carlsberg, says, "Copy that, sir. I will report that to Sheriff Jones." And he, while that's getting addressed. So if you're searching these guys, they don't have any. The interesting thing to note is they don't have any written orders or anything. They do have. I mean, they obviously have their rifles and their body armor. Some of them have knives. But they do. The interesting thing is that if you guys want to, I guess each player do me a 2d6 roll. So like one for Simone, one for Albert, one for Conrad. Okay, so these guys, you find they actually had cash on them, which they had 600, on like I guess like if Simone's searching this guy, he had 600. Albert searches this
Yeah.
guy, he had 600, and then Conrad searches Novikova, and she had 300.
Conrad reports, "This one's dry. Nothing useful on her."
Yeah, they don't have any like written orders or anything, but they did have some cash on them. They had their wallets and stuff.
I would have pulled everything off of this guy.
Oh, off the guy that died the guy that you were subduing, or the guy in the middle?
Well, either or, it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, if you want to search him, Dimitri, if you want to do one of the 2d6 rolls, go for it.
So I would sort of nice.
$900.
Nice.
So I would basically give an order. I'm collecting up all the money, and I'm saying we're gonna distribute it equally among all of us for our contributions. So I'm gonna
Okay.
make sure
And
everyone
then,
gets their cut.
cool.
Okay.
And then I guess Richard, if you're
I am-
also subduing this guy, do another roll to see how much money he had.
Yeah.
Okay, he had only $400.
So that's I think 2,800 total. I think.
Well, let's see. So 400 plus 900, so like, or well, I think it's just easier. It's like four plus 9.
24 and then 4 is 28.
Yeah, you're right. So $2,800 collectively. So if you split that evenly among 4 players, I think that's what
$700.
$700 each. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it would also have to go to the NPCs.
Right.
Like in
Okay.
universe, like they're not different.
Right. Fair enough. So well, you do only have 2 NPCs with you, so 2,800 divided by 6, I guess. What's that?
Sheriff, may I recommend that we use these funds as extra help to the families of the recently deceased by these marauders at the first event?
The Albert Zim's charity program.
It might be seen as a
That's
good sign, a good faith gesture.
okay. So let's do this. So I did the math. It's conveniently it's 466 and 0.6 repeating dollars. So let's say everyone here gets 300, and then we'll take the other 166 per and pool that to the fund.
Okay, so how
Okay.
you said how
A
much
good compromise,
how
Sheriff.
much are
So
the
each
NPCs getting?
yeah. So each person that participated, so Jessica and Dustin, they each get we all get 300 each, and then it would be like whatever the rest is, like 166 times
Okay.
6
So hold on, 160.
goes to this fund.
996. So I'll make a note of that in the group notes.
P.S. Cody, just asking, I don't know if I clicked this accidentally. Did I just give myself another story point, or did you?
I didn't give any story points.
Yeah. Then it's a glitch in my sheet. Well, however, you, Sheriff, knew that this was going to happen, you were right on the money.
Yes. So I did the math, so it should be $1,000 to the charity.
Okay. So I'll update that.
Even.
Exactly 1,000.
Yeah, because yeah, it was 2,800. We did 6 times 300. That's 1,800. So
Right.
yeah, 1,000 is left over. Yeah. So responding to Conrad, I'll say, well, let me just say some intelligence came to my attention that indicated an attack might be imminent.
Well,
And
your new security measures seem to be doing what's needed.
yes, about that. So I'll sort of sigh deeply, and I will issue. I'll get on the radio, and I'll let's see. Am I able to order the rest of the whiskey guy all on my own, or would I need the sheriff to actually do that formally?
Like to place him under arrest?
Yeah, because like I mean like he literally did the payment. These guys attacked.
Right.
I'm assuming that like the money that they had is going to line up with the payment that he gave out.
Yeah. I mean, you can. I mean, as long as let the sheriff know what's going on and what you're doing, you will have the authorization to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna sort of step off to the side here, and I'm gonna radio Wolf Jones, and I'm gonna be like, Sheriff, I need to bring something to your attention. I'm not gonna spell it all out because we already talked about it, but
Right. But
I'll
just
lay out the
yeah.
situation
Okay.
and be like, we found the exact amount of money that Alexander traced. We found it on these mercenaries. I think we have probable cause to arrest Whiskey.
And he says, very well. I'd say for the to avoid creating a massive incident, we'll wait until after the debate has finished, and then I'll have the personnel there place him under arrest. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to be very interesting for Arturo. Whenever the debate happens, like he has a flashback to where like he finishes the debate and then he fucking whiskey gets arrested on stage.
Was Conrad able to hear Whiskey's name being mentioned in the distance, or is Albert too far there?
I'm being sure to keep this
Yeah,
secret.
okay,
so unless
then.
you're like
Yeah.
sneaking up on me or something like that, then no.
Yeah, that
Okay.
there's no way from this distance then, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you've got that squared away. So Steve will be getting a visit from law enforcement, like in the immediate aftermath of the debate. Is there anything else you guys want to be doing now that you've placed an order to arrest him and you've taken care of all but one of the marauders?
One thing with the money, like, because it is technically evidence, like we would collect it all and like log it and do all that stuff and then distribute it some point later when we don't need the evidence anymore.
Okay. So
like we're not literally like giving it out at this very moment,
right,
just because
but
it is evidence.
yeah, but I will say like it is evidence, but like I would say that the sheriff he'll just say that like once everything has been like kind of sorted out, then then that money, I mean, you guys earned it. I mean, you put yourselves on you put your lives on the line for the colony, and it's like I mean, however you want to distribute it,
It's a
especially if you're
bonus.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
It's a
much.
bonus.
So
Wayland gives bonuses, yes.
I deliberately want it known in the colony that people who like sort of go above and beyond will get rewarded financially. Like
okay,
I
good.
want that to be an incentive for people
Okay,
that
good to
they
know.
about it.
So
Okay.
Okay. So you addressed the situation with the money. So I just want to double check again. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
Conrad would approach Albert and ask if it's possible when that marauder is being interrogated, if he can be either on the other side just to hear what what do these bastards have to say. He'll plead his case that with all of this and getting shot again, he feels very personally invested in the safety of it all, of this whole place. If Albert would be kind enough to let him assist with this case in any possible way.
So Zims is slightly disturbed, or like I don't know about that because like Zims like doesn't have a problem with killing the prisoner, but he's like, oh wait, Conrad doesn't have a problem with it either. Okay.
Conrad says
Well,
she was getting ready to shoot someone. He did that in defense of you all. That's how he's spinning the story. He's trying to do it
so I don't
very
know
convincingly.
if I would know that, but like I know how the game is played, so I'm like, okay, I'm onto you. So I would say I'm not. So replying to Conrad, I'll say, well, I don't think we can allow you to have direct contact with the prisoner, but I will allow you to view recordings of the interrogation.
Thank you, much appreciated. I just want to understand what's going on, who is responsible for this, and just to do whatever I can to stop this. This place has to become safe for everybody again. We can't let foreign agents just coming here and waltzing in and threatening our lives. I mean, people could have died today.
Well, people did die, but the good ones died. The ones that needed to or deserved to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least
As I look
we
over the
just
battlefield,
took a couple scrapes. Didn't lose any people.
well, the Russians aren't really people, you know.
Oh.
No,
I mean, on our
completely.
side, Jesus Christ!
As Conrad is cleaning the blood of his glasses still, he has just like the smallest kind of smile in the corner of his mouth, and he says, yes, quite.
As he eyes the corpse of the woman he put a bullet in the head of.
Damn, this. I mean, I'm glad I was able to help and make sure that these bastards didn't try to shoot you in the back. And thank you all for saving my life as well. But
Yes.
yet again, I am going to the infirmary to treat my wounds. I would not like to bleed out all over you here, so see you all soon.
Well, actually, I mean, if you say that, Jessica, I mean, she's like, well, I mean, that's why I'm here. Let me check you over.
Oh, please, thank you.
So she'll be, giving you like some, whatever, first aid you require.
Will I live?
Oh yeah, you'll
Is
be
it not going
fine.
to get infected?
Oh no,
Oh, good.
you'll be fine.
I
So,
mean, it was a mighty big shot that landed.
well, didn't you say you got shot before?
I did. I think I'm getting the knack for this. I think my
Getting
body
a
just
knack for
built
getting
different.
shot.
I think I'm just built different. I'm a tough hombre, you know.
Okay.
I would just kind of like go up behind Conrad and be like, the whole trick is not getting shot.
I think I should learn some of those moves you have there, Sparrow. You really know how to get out of the way. When I see those bullets, I mean, to be honest with you, he
You
kind
have
of
to be
whispers.
flexible.
I was never good at dodgeball as a kid. I mean, I was great in
There's
the
your
sense that
problem.
I
You forgot the 5
I was
Ds.
I was great with catching the ball with my face every time. Every time. I think
I
that
learned
talent
to
rubbed
dodge
off with the bullets.
I learned how to dodge everything with live fire. So I mean, we are built different.
I think I could learn a thing or two from you, Sparrow. You are young personnel here, but you seem extremely capable. I like seeing that. I'm glad you didn't get hurt.
No, like I said, it wasn't the first time I was outnumbered.
So, anyway,
Okay.
are you guys yeah, so what are you doing now? Because I was going to ask, like, we can keep going a little while longer if you want, or this could be a natural stopping point, whatever you guys want to do.
I was gonna say, like, I was gonna just role play arresting whiskey, but like, we probably want our
Yeah,
other
it'll be
character,
fun.
our
It'll be
president,
funnier
here for that.
when it happens during the debate. So
Yeah.
I'll say we'll save that scene for that.
Yep. The Conrad just will take a rest, heal his ass up again, and yeah, he's no other plans.
Okay. All right. So, and a question I will ask, because as I understand we are wrapping up here. Which, speaking of, everybody gets the 5 XP base.
Yes.
Are you going to want to take whiskey to court? Or just keep him locked up? Emily knows where I'm going with this.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think what I would do in this situation. I guess it really depends, like, who gets to make that determination. Like, is it the current administrator in Jones, or like I or someone else?
Well, I mean, it's up to you as players, but I mean, in universe, that would be reflected in the decision of like the higher ups.
I think we can interrogate him and then maybe go
Okay.
from there.
Well, I mean, obviously
But
he'll
I
be
would not be
questioned. But it's just...
opposed to some frontier justice, you know, type of thing to boost the morale of the colony.
Oh god.
Maybe
Are
a
you gonna
public
hold a
vote.
public lynching?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna lynch the fucker.
A public vote, either court jail or banishment,
Yeah.
or the outer colony hanging system. Maybe whatever the public decides.
Yeah, there.
What
I mean,
happens
there
in
can't
Terra
be a
Nova
courtroom
stays in
scene.
Terra Nova.
Like
We
there
have
can be a court vote to fucking determine his fate.
Yeah, that could be
So,
fun. Well, yeah,
Sure.
it depends on what Blitz also decides.
yeah, I mean,
Since
obviously
Presidente,
I'll
yeah.
ask him, but or possibly keep it as a surprise to where like he's wondering what the hell goes on when the cops just enter the fucking room and arrest him, arrest whiskey.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is. I think that
Oh
probably.
You shouldn't. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Yeah, let's
until
just
he
keep this
finds out
between us
next.
then.
Yes.
So one of the debate
No.
happens, and then this fucking opponent just gets abruptly arrested.
So what we can play this out in the next session. What I want to do is when he gets arrested, he gets thrown into like the interrogation room or the holding room or whatever. I want in the room to be on the table like the body of the leader, the rebel leader, like in a sheet. So he's like, "Oh fuck, what is this?" And then he like lifts up the sheet and he's like, "Oh fuck,
I have a better idea.
they got me."
I have a better idea. Both Dimitri and the two people that were named, we have them both on the table.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Conrad likes that idea and gives yes and to that. Make sure that the
Well,
prisoner
you guys don't
waits
know he's
there.
being arrested yet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You can still come up
we
with
don't.
suggestions
we
out
don't.
of character,
Yeah.
but
Out of character, we can discuss.
Out of character when and if Conrad ever finds out, he would suggest the icing on the cake to make sure that he is left in that room with the corpses a few good hours, just so he can take it in,
Oh
you
my God.
know, with all the smells and stuff.
oh, for fuck's sake!
Make him wait so he knows the gravity of his situation, and then you go in and interrogate him. That'll soften him up and the inside of his nostrils.
Oh
Those
my
are
god.
normal companyman suggestions, of course.
On that
Well-
note, yeah, we so in terms of XP, do you guys want to increase any skills or talents?
Yes, I want to try and get a talent.
Okay, what talent do you want to get?
Flyweight.
Okay,
Ooh.
do it. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Okay, you succeed. So spend the 5 XP and then add flyweight to your sheet.
And see here, what?
I am thinking, what is the best thing for me to do? So many
Can I
options.
learn machine gunner? Would Albert be willing to teach Simone machine gunner? I can't talk
Yes.
today, but
So
Cool.
Albert is very impressed with both Conrad and Simone, based on the combat prowess that they showed.
Okay.
So yes, I will teach you.
Cool.
I
Nice,
will make
thank
you
you.
my apprentice.
My friend.
oh. I'm having flashbacks to fucking Simmons. Sorry.
My apprentice.
I mean, actually, Conrad is probably more in line, but he's impressed with Simone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get another
Conrad,
skill or no?
Well, do you have?
if you have it.
I have
Did
5 XP for it. I didn't
Okay.
use any last time.
Okay. Well, yeah. What do you want to spend it on?
Weapon specialist.
Okay. If anybody has that, you can learn it from them, or you have to roll wits.
I don't think anybody has that. Because
Alright.
it'd be specific. It's a specific weapon that you get the bonus to.
Well, I mean, I rule it as like the talent itself. You can learn from people.
Okay.
It's just that if nobody has it, then you would still need to roll wits to get it. So if nobody
Yeah,
has it, then
you
do
can
wits.
learn it. You just have to specify what for,
Yeah.
basically,
exactly.
afterwards.
So,
Alright. So if nobody
weapon
has it, then do
specialist,
wits.
wits roll. Nothing.
Now, let me ask you this: do you have any story points?
No, because I was not given any.
So, well, I mean, I do give them out sort of periodically, but, in this case, you would not learn the talents. So basically, and just so you know how I roll here, you don't lose the XP, but you can't decide to spend it on something else. So basically, that XP is kind of locked into weapon specialist until you succeed and learn it. So.
Yeah,
make
that's
a note of
that's
it.
the standard rule.
All right, well then there you go. Okay, so
Conrad would like to learn fast reflexes from Simone, so he can make sure
Sure.
to duck out of the way in time.
Sure, I'll teach
Thank
you
you.
that.
I just made a note on the sheet.
I did put Conrad down as my buddy because of all the stuff we've been doing together, but
all right.
I don't know. Like, I'm starting to question, why am I friends with you? Why am I friends with this group?
Hey,
Just a little bit.
I'm not
He
the crazy
appreciates
one.
Simone.
They're the crazy one.
So,
He would never do anything to his friends. That's all I'm going to say. Now,
That
what
does not
and who
inspire
is his friend
confidence.
is another question. But
oh god.
he would never harm his friends.
Oh god. Other than that, though, hopefully that was a fun session
Yeah, definitely.
because it definitely went
It
longer than I was
was.
expecting. I mean, obviously it wasn't full length, but still. So
It was fun. It was fun. The
Cool.
plot thickens. The plot thickens.
yeah, because of fucking whiskey being behind this shit. Like, because I gotta say, I mean, I'm not necessarily discounting the fact that he might not be involved, but I mean, I bet you guys weren't expecting it to be fucking Stevel and not tall, dark, and creepy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure he has other things planned, that other nefarious things that will come to fruition. We're just the tip of the iceberg of what could happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, out of character, Conrad is getting more and more kind of well, when he gets the information. But I mean, I think that it won't be as easy to get rid of the two head troublemakers of Havelock and the company guy that he hopes to replace. But on the other hand, he can't wait to actually be able to fucking do something instead of being
Pencil
the
pusher.
middle management layer. Yes, punching above his weight a bit too much.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really fun, and probably the characters here noticed, maybe subtly or maybe not, but his gun skills are a bit better than you would expect on average for a pencil pusher.
God.
I mean,
Just sowing the seeds of
I'm
chaos.
picturing Conrad. You're kind of like if you watched The Bourne Identity. You know, like the assassin character that Clive Owen plays. That's kind of what I'm imagining.
Oh, okay.
He's like this
I can see
like
that.
business looking guy, but then he's like also an assassin.
Desk jockey by
I
day, assassin by night.